of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Hey, it's Ann Perry, and today we're going to be talking about what can I expect in my personal year of 2. So if you're in your personal year of 2, you've just come out of a personal year of 1, and maybe you're feeling a little tired. Maybe you're feeling just a little bit worn out. There's a good reason for that, and I'm going to help you to understand. So this is the second in a series of 9 videos that I've created for you, which will explain each personal year in depth, and I'm also going to show you how to get the best out of each personal year. So if you want to learn more about the year of 2, let's go. Okay, so first of all, before we figure out what personal year we're in, we need to figure out what is the universal year. So as I was filming this video, it was 2017. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 2017, we're going to break that down to a single number. So we're going to add 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 equals 10. Okay, so then we'll reduce it, 1 plus 0 equals 1. So 2017 is a 1 universal year. And likewise, if you want to think back to, say, I don't know, 2002, what the heck was that year all about? You know, I was going through a rough time or whatever. So all you need to do is add 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 equals 4. So there's your base point to start with, your universal year. Now what we're going to do is take your month of birth and reduce that to a single digit. So if you happen to be born in December, December is the 12th month, we're going to add 1 plus 2 equals 3. Okay. Likewise, take your day of birth and reduce that to a single digit. So if you're born on the 25th, 2 plus 5 equals 7. So now we're going to add your reduced month to your reduced day to the universal year. So 3 for the month, 7 for the day, and 1 for the universal year. It adds to 11, and 1 equals 2. In this case, I know that some of you who are familiar with numerology, you might be asking, well, do we reduce the master number 11? Yes, in this case we do. So in this particular case, you would be in a 2 personal year because 1 plus 1 of the 11 equals 2. Likewise, if you were born on the 11th day, reduce that to a 2. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Or if you were born on the 22nd, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So make sure you reduce that to a single digit. Okay, so what can you expect to experience in a personal year of 2? Well, last year was your year of 1, so that was your year of new beginnings. You know, you were digging in the ground and you were planting new seeds and you're working the fields and you're working really hard, getting things going. And it was go, 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 go all last year. By the time you started to shift into the fall, September, October, you might have noticed that you started running out of energy. I know when I came out of my personal year last year of 1, it was about 6 weeks before the year ended and I hit a brick wall. I was just like, oh my God, I was tired. So you have less energy and things are moving much slower when you're in a year of 2. Sometimes this can be really difficult for people who are very, very driven, like myself. You know, if you've got a driven kind of personality and you really enjoy the pace that the personal year of 1 has, the personal year of 2 is going to be a rude awakening because you just don't have the energy to do much of anything. You just kind of have to, you know, rest a little bit. It's really a time to nurture the seeds that you planted this year. So if you started a new business, you might be this year, you might just be nurturing that and just taking care of that. And you're just not in a position to start anything really new. It's only about sort of taking care of what you started last year. So taking care of the crops, take care of the field, let your plants nurture, so to speak. It's not a time to start new things because you really won't have the energy. Honestly, you'll be quite tired in a year of 2. And the universe is kind of funny that way. You know, in a year of 1, it's go, go, go. And they give you lots of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual energy. Let's get the job done. And then bam, in comes January 1st and you hit a brick wall. They do that intentionally because they want you to rest. They want you to restore. Okay. So the universe is saying, you know what? You worked really hard last year. This is a time for you to be a little bit more patient. It's a time to just accept that things are going to go a little bit slower this year. You're not going to have that constant activity all the time. This is a bit of a downtime. This is a time when you might want to just hang out with one person on the couch rather than the group dynamic. You're not very interested in being very social in the year of 2. So things will change a little bit. It's a time to cultivate partnerships. So a year of 2 is really good for partnerships. So if you're looking to find a new partner and you're kind of thinking about maybe doing one of those dating sites or whatever, that might be a good year to do that because it is all about cultivating new relationships. Likewise, it's a good year for networking too. If you're going to go out, I know it's a little bit difficult to get off that couch because you're tired, but you'll build some really strong relationships if you want to do some one-on-one networking. Make some appointments to meet some people and get out there and get her done. It's a time when you're going to be a lot more sensitive, okay? A lot more intuitive. The energy is heavy this year for you, and so you want to get going, but you can't get going, and it's really upsetting because you just, you had so much ambition last year and whatnot, and this year it's like it doesn't matter what you do, you just can't seem to get the wheels turning kind of thing, and that's okay. This is really, you're only really going to feel this for about 9 months, because remember in January you get that full cup of 2 energy. For every day that goes by, we're going to get a little blast of that 2 energy that influences our experience and causes us to lay low, puts us under a very heavy blanket, makes us want to take a lot of naps. And I'm telling you what, I'm all over that. Naps are good, right? So take them while you can. You've at least got an excuse in the personal year or 2, right? But it's going to cause you to feel a lot more sensitive. So just remember that, it's not always, it's not always about you. Sometimes it's about someone else. Don't take offense to it, and realize that your emotions right now are going to be a little bit raw. So you might fly off the handle a little bit more quickly. Therefore, you need to be a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more diplomatic, and recognize that maybe there was no harm intended with a comment or something that caused you to be upset. All right, so how can you get the best from a personal year of 2? Be patient. This is your year to exercise extreme patience, okay? Your plants are in the ground. You metaphorically, you put those ideas in the ground and you're starting with them, and you're this year you're just sort of taking care of the fields, so to speak, okay? This is a time to sit in your Adirondack chair with a can of beer and just watch the fields grow, okay? So listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be bang on this year. You'll get all kinds of intuitive hits, especially people who are 2s or 11s. You'll be especially sensitive this year to energies around you. So go with your gut. If you get a feeling about things, this is a year that you'll really be in touch with your intuition. Keep your emotions in check, as we talked about. And rest and restore. This is interesting to talk about this because the universe is a pretty interesting timepiece. In the year of 1, they gave you all kinds of energy to go, go, go. In the year of 2, they bring you back. Why do they bring you back? Because you have to rest, you have to restore, you have to regroup, and gather the energy, because when you go back into your year of 3, coming into the fall, you'll start transitioning into that 3 energy. It's go time again. So if you don't take the time to rest and restore in a year of 2, you're not going to be prepared for the expansion that you're meant to experience in your year of 3. So really, it's a tricky way to do it, but you need to get in touch with the rhythm of the universe. So if you understand the epicycle, you'll understand that each year builds on the next. Last year you started something new. This year you're just waiting for it to grow. Next year it's going to expand. Okay, so we need to kind of get in touch with what the rhythm is of the universe, so we can get the best out of the year. Remember, again, you only get one opportunity once in 9 years to take advantage of the energy that the universe is giving you. I often see people who are very, very ambitious, who really just want to keep on the same pace as what they had in the year of 1, and they just keep hitting brick walls. They keep getting really depressed. Depression is not uncommon in a year of 2, because you're trying so hard to get something going, but it's not going. So you know what? Give it up, right? Just give it up. Just rest, restore, relax, okay? Because really, you don't want to fight against the tide. You want to swim with the tide, okay? So the tide is out right now, okay? It's going to come in next year, but right now it's out. So we want to just take advantage of the time that we have to kind of rest and restore. This is a really good year to nurture relationships. If you've been, if you're in a marriage, if you're sort of courting somebody, is courting still a term they use? Dating myself. But it's a really good year to nurture relationships. So maybe it's in business relationships. As I said earlier, you can knock on doors and have some really intimate one-on-one type meetings with people. You'll stand to gain a lot more this year working one-on-one rather than in the group dynamic. You're really not going to feel particularly social this year, and that's okay, but you can still make the best of the year, okay? So understanding that it's really going to be more about developing one-on-one relationships. It could be like you and your mom, you and your boss, it could be you and your brother or your sister, whatever. It's about one-on-one stuff, okay? So you might be called to action to help people in more smaller, quieter groups. Okay, that's it. So if you happen to be in a personal year of 2, understand that this is going to be a lower energy year than what last year is. But you know what? Relax, because next year it's going to get a whole lot easier because the energy is going to start to flow again. All right. So you're just meant to sort of pace yourself. So don't beat yourself up. Take lots of naps. They're always good. Give yourself permission to just kind of rest a little bit this year. And remember too that knowing what personal year you're in is not always the answer. You need to know what the essence is that's also affecting your personal year. Now, the essence is something that comes from your name on your birth certificate. Okay, it's a number that I look at very closely when I'm doing a personal reading for someone because it really tells me how you're going to go through that year. If I'm in a personal year of 2, I'm going to go through it my way. And if you're in a year of 2, because your name on your birth certificate is different than mine, you're going to go through it your way. Okay, so that's something that I help to help you to see so that you can navigate your best way. And I offer month-by-month forecasts and whatnot. They come in my readings. So if you're interested, by all means, check me out. I'm at AnnPerryNumerologist.com. I've got full readings, and I've also got mini readings, future forecast readings. If you just kind of want to talk about what's going on this year and what's happening next year, what was going on last year, you want to kind of get a good idea of what that's all about, just contact me. I'd love to get together and share that with you. I also got a really active Facebook page. Love it if you'd follow me there. I'm posting every single day something about numerology. So if you're a keener, I'd love to share more information with you. And also, obviously, I've got my YouTube channel. And I'd love it if you would subscribe because I've got all kinds of really cool stuff coming up this year. I'm feeling really, really inspired, and I'm hoping to inspire you as well. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope to hear from you soon. Post a comment if you like. I always try to reply. I'll do my very best to answer any questions that you have. That's my passion, and I'm hoping it will be yours too. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye now.